I was gonna fix my hair before all of this, but what is there to fix? I'm Aquatic Mom. This is the Aquatic Mom's channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the water change process on all of my tanks. I know I've made a video about this before, but I decided, well, why not do it again? I'm going to try to talk to y'all at the same time while I'm trying to do a water change. Never a good idea, by the way, but hopefully my fro won't get in the way of anything that I'm trying to show you guys. Right now I'm doing about a 40% water change on each of the 10-gallon tanks. I'm also going to be taking down some of the water out of the smaller tanks, which is my half-gallon all the way to 2.5 gallon jars up top. And I'll just show you that process. It has to be done every single day, which is why I look so tired. And then later on I get to go to work. I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible because I still got some distance learning, teaching stuff to do with my son later on. So let's get right on to it. So kind of give you guys an idea of exactly what I go through every single morning. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the big fish tank out there in the living room. I have 12 actual fish tanks. I have 24 small containers, small jars. I have 1, 2, 3 fish ponds. They're 25 gallons and up to 40. So yeah, that's what I got going on in the fish room. I try to do water changes on all of my betta tanks first because they require it every single day. I also try to do the angelfish tanks as well. 30% is ideal. That is just enough to get your fish tanks going, to get all those hormones out. You don't have to worry about the tank having to cycle at 50%. A lot of these tanks only require 30% water changes. So right now, as we see some like pesticide over here, right now we're actually doing the crayfish tank. I added some male tiger endlers in there. I don't have a light on it right now. Usually there's a light on it for about 4 hours a day. Crayfish like it dark, and when the light is on this tank, it illuminates that tank just enough for the endlers. But just for now, there's no light on it. I am taking out 50% of that water. There's probably about 20-ish endlers in there right now, so I want to go ahead and get that nice and clean. The next tank I will be doing, and you gotta excuse the mess, I think I say that every single time, but the next tank I'll be doing is this tank right here, and then scrolling on it, ooh, up here will be these 2 10-gallon tanks. And there is a squirrel outside. Let's see if we can zoom in on him. Of course we can't. I'm going to try. No. No? You can kind of see him over there. See him popping his head up. So to do this process is pretty simple for me. I know you can't see me right now, but you'll see me in a second. Pretty simple. I have my python going out into the outside of the patio. Actually, I've got this attachment right here that I attached to my python, and all it is some standard fountain pump tubing, and then I got this attachment here on it, and that keeps the little itty bitty baby fry from going through it. Now, freshly hatched betta fry will go through that little grate right there. So I usually have to add on a little sponge. But this is usually the process. I'm going to take out about 50% of this water. This is an endler, and there's a female betta in their tank. And I set it up probably 4 days ago. I want to get a little bit more than 30% of water out of there. It has never been filled to the top yet, so a 30% water change will benefit it greatly. And here's a close-up of that endler tank. This is mostly female endlers in here. As the males start growing a little bit bigger, I go ahead and I take them out. I'm trying to control the endler population in the fish room. I am failing miserably, but since the past 2 weeks I've been separating males and females. I'm not completely overran. And yeah, you get a good look of what's in here. We got this female betta in here. I did a quick update video I think last week, and I told you guys the story of her. Well, I found her in a toy container, and her pond was next to that toy container. Somehow she made it out of the pond into that toy container. When I emptied that pond, I never found her again. I assumed that something had eaten her, or she had somehow got out of the pond. And it's been like a month since I've taken that pond, and when I went to go empty that toy container, I actually found her in a small puddle. I'm not kidding, maybe about this much water. And she was in there. She was fine though. She was fat. She was nice and healthy. She didn't appear to have any illnesses or anything, but yeah, she looks exactly the way she looks right now, a little bit fatter. But I was very, very surprised. That just tells you how sturdy and resilient these guys are. So a lot has changed on this side of the fish room. I'm going to go ahead and do my water change on this tank, and this tank. But I have added that smaller pond that I had outside underneath this 20 long. And in there are some leftover guppies that I have. I also have some plants that I'm growing over here. Show you my succulents and some of my other plants that I couldn't tell you the name of. But I have my monster here, of course, or monsteria. I just call it monster plant. So this is the betta coal tank. I know you can't see me. Once again, I'm getting my python ready. Oh gosh. But this is the betta coal tank, and the reason why I say this is the most exciting tank is because there's so many different colors in here, plus there's shrimp in here. Yeah, whose idea was it to put shrimp and bettas together? But I have moved a lot of my shrimp, a lot of my, I want to say like my more decent yellow, of the yellow shrimp, out of this tank, and I did put them in their own 10-gallon. But yeah, this tank has a lot of activity. It's always nice to look at. And even though I call it my betta coal tank, and that's only because some of the bettas in here just aren't the color that I want them to be, or the color that I think would sell the best, but it's still a really nice tank. There's probably about 20 bettas in here. I'm not kidding. And most of them are around the same age as far as the time that they hatched. And the reason why a lot of these are my coals is because they're either not developing as fast as the other fish, or their fish like this one right here appears to have some issues. I would never sell that fish. She's doing just fine as far as eating and everything, but she appears to have some type of genetic disorder. Long term, I don't know what I'll be doing with these guys. I do have another 60-gallon outside that I could put them in if I set it up somewhere. But to be honest with you guys, I don't know if I want to do that. And a lot of these guys too, I don't feel comfortable selling, so yeah, there's a lot of questions of what to do with these guys. I'll figure it out probably sometime later this week. But there's some really, really nice color in here. Now, if I had time to actually ship fish, I would not have as many coals as I do. This one's a really nice one. It's actually a white-bodied female with black and yellow spots. But yeah, if I could ship fish and have the time dedicated for all of that, I wouldn't have as many culls as I do. Because a lot of these, I have another fish that looks exactly like that one. I have sold a betta that looks like this, but it was a male. This is a female. I have another betta that looks exactly like that. So yeah, if I could just take the time to ship, which I'm going to probably do that next year, I would probably make a lot more money, and I would not have as many culls. But like I said, a lot of these guys are just the wrong color. Some of them have deformities. There's really tiny bettas in here. Let's see if I can find one real quick. Like this guy right here. Even though he's 5 months old, he's not the same size as this guy. There's another tiny one in here. One that looks like he's even 2 weeks old, but oh, probably that guy. But yeah, that's why this is my cull tank. But like I said, there's so much activity in here. This is one of my more active tanks. And I've taken out way too much water. So I think I get the most crap. Well, crap, but yeah. I think I get the most crap from my sorority tank. Because it breaks all of the rules. People are like, oh, you can't do that. Well, here at Aquatic Mall, we like to experiment. And we have also been doing this for going on maybe 10 years almost. So there's that too. And it is just crazy, the size difference. Like, I know double tails are a lot shorter body than any other of the tail types, but look at the size of this female and then compare it to this little double tail. Like, she is thick bodied. This one is like tiny. And then this female right here, if the veil tail will move, let's see if I can do a little bit more zooming. This female right here, like, she's not even a year old yet. This is just crazy how the size difference is in some of these females. So this is like old guy retirement center down here. These are the first two bettas that I had since I moved into this house back last year. No, was it the year before that? 2000 and one of those years. But anyway, this is the first two males that I got. This guy was hatched 2017. This guy was hatched 2016. All by a local amateur breeder. And I still have them there. This guy is actually the father of the little crown tail female right over there that I just showed you guys. And he is also the brother to this guy over here. And I also have his grandson. So I'm going to go ahead and end this filming session for me. I know I have one more tank that I have to water change, but yeah, after this I gotta help my son with his distance learning and all of that good stuff, and then I gotta fill the tanks up. So again, guys, thank you so much for the support over the years. I know that I have not been a very consistent YouTube channel. My life is not consistent. There's always something new every single day, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. But this year has taught me a lot. I think it's taught everybody a lot, honestly. 2020 has just been one of those years. A lot of good has happened to me, I'm not gonna lie, but A lot of stress has also worn on me. I think I look maybe 3 years older than I did last year. I've learned a lot with trying to breed for profit. I've learned a lot about bettas and betta behavior, like more of betta behavior and betta breeding and such, trying to do breeding for profit this year. I've also learned a lot about my local fish community. That's my stupid alarm for distance learning. But anyways, I've learned a lot about the local community here. I've learned a lot about shipping fish. I don't think I'm going to do this again next year, unfortunately. I'm really wearing myself out, honestly, trying to keep up with everything. I don't want to put everything on an auto water change system. I really don't have that ability right now. And the plumbing here already sucks. There's no reason for me to make it suck even more, to be honest. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support over the years. It's been almost 5 years since I've been doing YouTube, and I've still not had a consistent schedule, upload, anything. And it's really been sad for me for a bit, but I enjoy this. I really do enjoy this. It's not stressing me out that my channel is not consistent. It's not stressing me out that I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. None of that is actually stressing me out, but to look back at my older videos and to look where I'm at now, it makes me feel really good, and that was the purpose of me starting YouTube. I try to educate if I can. It's hard for me to answer some questions because I'm not like a guidelines type of aquarium keeper, if you will. I don't have any real rules for doing any of this. I just go with the flow. And right now the flow on that is pretty bad, so I gotta fix that real quick. Anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed all of this. I know this was kind of everywhere video. Thank you guys so much for the support for the past 5 years. Some of you guys have been following me for the past 5 years, which is crazy. And I hope to see you guys again on the next one. I hope to meet some new people too. You got any questions about something that maybe I've overlooked, or maybe you want to point out something that I've overlooked, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I try to respond to every single comment as I can. It's not a lot, I know, so I just go ahead and try to talk to as many of you guys as I can. I will catch you guys on the next one. And yeah, hopefully I can do a more detailed tour this time. And it won't be during the week when I'm filming and I have to do distance learning crap and then go to work and yeah, do all of that good stuff. Anyways, bye.